channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new around here, my name is Danny and I am so not an expert. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry for the lateness. Things are kind of everywhere still. I've put everything away, but it's a little crazy trying to find everything. Welcome back to the channel. Last week we couldn't make it because I was at my retreat, and I'm going to tell you guys all about that. I had so much fun. There was a bunch of people in chat that I want to say hello to, and I will in just a minute. But today we're going to get started on a brand new project called Tropics. It is a cozy quilt designs project, and I am really excited to get started with this. I'm loving these fabrics, and I'm really hoping that it turns out as pretty as I hope it does. Hi. So first of all, a couple of admin things really quickly. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We're at 309, 310, something like that right now. We want to try and grow the channel. I had to turn on the subscribers only onto the chat box. I'm really sorry about that. I really didn't want to. But it turns out that those spammers can find you just about anywhere. They've been spamming my comments boxes. They've been spamming our premieres. They've been spamming the live chat here. So unfortunately, I did have to flip that switch, and hopefully that should take care of a lot of that stuff for us. I'm really sorry. You do have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes on the channel in order to join into chat. But you know, you can always unsubscribe after you're done chatting, I guess, if you really don't want to subscribe. So I do apologize for that, but I want to try and make this experience as great as I can for everybody. And you know, the spammers are just, they're everywhere. So I'm really, really sorry about that. Thank you, Sean. No, I did not color my hair recently. It's been colored for a little while. I think it's the lighting today. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for that. It totally distracted me. I appreciate that. Thank you. So today we're going to be working on Tropics design. The pattern that I have chose is Tropics by Cozy Quilt Designs. The fabric is called Flowerhouse. It's a Robert Kaufman line. It's called Flowerhouse Serene. It's made by Beaves. I've got the jelly roll here, and I've got some yardage here as well. We're going to need 2 different types of yardage and a jelly roll. I'm going to be making a throw size for this project. You guys can make whatever size you want. The throw only requires 19 of these strips, so we're going to have a lot left over. We might do another project with them. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really decided. You can hear her already. Angel is with us this morning. She is being a bit of a pain this morning, so we'll have to see how that goes. Let me hop into chat so I can say hi to everybody really quickly, because I feel like I'm missing a bunch of stuff and I don't want to. I know there was a lot of frustration the last time we had a live stream because I was missing all kinds of things in chat. So let me just hop in there real quick and say hello to everybody. I know Kathy was here first thing this morning, so good morning, Kathy. I was so happy to see you this morning. Thank you so much. I've missed you guys all so much. Brenda, good morning. Brenda, I saw your pictures on our Facebook group about the pattern and the fabric that you're going to be using today. Oh, those blues are so beautiful. I can't wait to see what that's going to turn out like. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Sandra K. Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me today. Dawn. Hello, Dawn. I loved the stuff that you posted on Instagram a couple of days ago. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. Sean, good morning. Hey, Sean, I'm so glad to hear you're feeling better. I did not catch your live stream yesterday. I'm going to catch up on it later today. So, so don't ruin it for me. I'm excited to see what you and Stephanie were able to come up with there. Let's see, I'm scrolling through. Hey, Lucas is in the house. Good morning, Lucas. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to make it, with the time change and all. The ending of daylight savings time. I wasn't sure if you were going to catch up on that. Martha, good morning. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Sean says, did y'all enjoy your extra hour of sleep this morning? I wondered why I was so bright and cheerful this morning. Yes, I do believe I enjoyed it. Yes, thank you for asking. All right, let's see what else we got. Martha had a birthday. Ooh, happy birthday, Martha. I promise I won't sing. You don't want that, but a happy birthday to you. So exciting. Oh, sorry, just trying to scramble through here. Brenda says you have the best music. Do you pay extra for it? Oh, Brenda, you're so sweet. Thank you. No, I do not. It's called Pretzel Rock. It is an app that's that you can actually just download, I believe. But I also have what inside of Streamlabs, so that's why you guys can hear it while I'm playing. Now, I don't play it for you guys while I'm doing my stream. I've had some issues with that in the past with there being some copyrighted music in there. It's not supposed to be, because that's the whole point of this particular app, but I've had some issues with that before. So I don't play it during the stream anymore. I only play it in the beginning of the stream and at the end of the stream, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. I always have it in my ear here, you guys know, just so that I know when the channel is coming through. But no, I do not pay anything extra for it. It is free. It was part of my Streamlabs subscription. Good morning, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello. Good morning, Katie. Hey, Katie. Good morning. Good morning. Big question. Did you have fun? Yes, Sandra, I had a blast on my retreat. I really did. The first day I was a little, well, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. But yes, I had a great time. I had a great time. Sean asked me about my hair color. No, I did not change it. Although I have noticed myself that it is getting lighter. So I think it's just fading. And so the blonde is really coming out in it. But no, I didn't change it. But I appreciate you pointing that out. Thank you. Martha says, I'm happy to be here too. Lots of new people to say hello to. Yes, Martha. Yes, there are a lot of new faces. New names and faces. Martha, I'm so glad you subscribed. Thank you for that. Yes, the spammers are absolutely ridiculous. 100%. 100%. Sean says, it's okay, Danny. It's just part of it. You know, you're doing something right when the spammers come along. Exactly. That's what I said the last time. I said, well, you know, the channel must be doing pretty good that they finally found us. So I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Yes, Brenda, I love the blues. Oh, Shady Susan, good morning. Yes, that is what cats do. Yeah, you'll see her. She's just roaming around today. I don't know what her deal is today. Well, she might want to go up later. We'll see. Good morning, Patty. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Lucas said it was much needed, but I couldn't miss the stream. Oh, you're so sweet, Lucas. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Just trying to catch up. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Looks like we already had a heist started. Hey. Patty says, good morning to everyone. Wants to know how their Sunday morning is going. Yeah, that's a great question, Patty. I'd love to know how everybody's Sunday morning is going. Looks like I got all caught up in chat, so I'm going to try and keep a better eye on that today. Hopefully I won't be as distracted. So, well, like I was saying earlier, we're going to be working on a new I can't talk today. We're going to be working on a new pattern today called Tropics by Cozy Quilt Designs. It's a jelly roll friendly project. Can you hear her again? Oh, Angel, what would you like, honey? How can I help? We have people watching. What would you like? It's a cozy quilt pattern. It is a jelly roll friendly, so that's what we're going to be using. I'm going to be using 19 of these, and then I have 2 pieces of fabric here. We needed a focus fabric and a background fabric, which turns out I actually don't have enough focus fabric to do everything I need. So I'm going to have to order another yard of that offline here for our borders, because we do have some borders as well. Let me see. If you guys are not familiar with this pattern, let me show you what it looks like. And again, guys, you know my lighting is terrible. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. That's about as close as I'm going to get it, guys. My arms don't reach any farther than that. But that is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. It's got some nice, pretty fabrics. Now, this design is with some oranges and some reds and some greens. But we're going to be doing this pretty blues and pinks and whites and yellows. It's more spring colors, and that's kind of what I like. Yeah, Martha, the treasure hunt, that's part of the default verbiage. And I can't find where it's at to pull it out. So we're not actually doing a treasure hunt, I promise. Although, there might be a treasure later. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so first things first, with any new project, it's going to be a lot of pressing and cutting today. This is a strip-friendly project, so I'm going to need my strip tube ruler, which is up here. You guys can't even see it, but there's a triangle ruler up here that I'm going to need for that. You don't have to have a strip tube ruler to make this project. You can just use a 6 or larger square ruler to make this project if you want. I know Brenda is going to be following along with us. I'd love to know if anybody else is. I'm really excited for that. Oh, I forgot to pin it. Lucas, if you wouldn't mind doing !TR pattern in chat and then pin it up to the top so everybody can see it, that would be great. That is a link to the pattern. Amazon currently has it on sale for 20% off if you're interested in. Kelly says, I haven't done a cozy quilt pattern before. Kelly, me either. But I follow Donna Jordan of Jordan Fabrics, and she does a ton of them. And they seem like they're really easy to use. I did read through the pattern. Seems pretty simple. So we're going to give it a shot. The one thing I do really like about cozy quilt patterns is they give you specific pre-cut patterns. So like this one is specifically a 2.5-inch strip pattern. There it is. Yeah, if you can pin that for me, that'd be great. Lucas, thank you. You just click on the 3 little dots. There's a message that says pin it, and then it goes up to the top. So then that way everybody doesn't have to worry about asking for it. Good morning, Chloe. I just saw you sneak in there. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. I saw you sneak in as well. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying really hard to pay attention to chat today. But yeah, I haven't done a cozy quilt pattern yet either, but I understand that they seem like they're pretty simple. The directions seem pretty simple. I like the pictures. They seem pretty good. So we're going to give it a shot. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome. There's still plenty of time. Just pick up a pattern and grab a jelly roll from your stash. Speaking of stash, have you guys noticed mine? It's gotten a little bit bigger. Jordan Fabrics had a huge sale on charm packs. So I may have picked up a few. Just a few. We'll get to those later. But yeah, just grab a jelly roll from your stash and some yardage that you might have around laying around, and we could get to going on that. You do not have the pin option. Okay, let me see if I can do it from here. Hang on. Where'd it go? Shady Susan says, oh my, I can't imagine the pain of having to purchase more fabric, Danny. I totally understand that. Yep, totally understand that. Oh, here it is. Let me see if I can do it. There we go. I wonder why you can't, Lucas. Weird. I'll have to look into that later. Must be something weird. Okay. Kelly says, I follow Donna Jordan too, but I've only done her free patterns before. Oh, I do a ton of her free patterns. You guys know that. I'm a huge fan. A huge fan. Okay, sorry. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything in chat today. So, okay, so I'm going to need 19 of these. I'm not going to open this just yet. We'll open that later. Right now, I need to get started on ironing this fabric, and that's going to take a while. I have 2 different sets of yardage that I need to iron up, starch and iron up, so that's going to take us quite a long time. So I figured this would be a perfect day for us to iron up some fabric and chat. Because I'm sure you guys want to know how my retreat went last week, and I am dying to tell you about it. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, let's get started on that. Actually, write it off as a business expense. There you go, Sean. Yeah, there you go. I have not started doing that yet, but I probably should. It's probably something I should look into. Before we get too excited, before we get too into things and I forget, one of the gifts that I got at my quilting retreat was, the retreat was Christmas themed. So you were bringing Christmas fabrics, Christmas projects, things like that. I was working on a couple of Christmas things, but not a lot of them. But one of the things that they gave us was, let me show you guys, this really pretty panel on this side, and then the ornaments that go on the tree on the other side. So it actually can make an advent calendar. Isn't that neat? So yeah, so this was one of the gifts that they gave me. They gave me this, and let me just fold this back up. They gave me a fat quarter. It's a Christmas fat quarter. We had a little bit of we had a fat quarter exchange. It was one of the games that we played. It was really fun. So they gave me this really pretty fat quarter. It's really cute. And then they also gave me this really cool bag and a cute little notebook and pen. Isn't that adorable? So cute. Made by Lady Jane. So cute. So anyway, so you guys, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but maybe not. I'm not a huge panel person. I just don't work with them very well. You know, I'm more of a piecing person. That is more my jam. So because I'm not a panel person, I really don't want this panel to go to waste. So I thought maybe one of our subscribers might want it instead. That's right, we're going to do a giveaway. We are going to do a giveaway right here live on this channel for that panel and everything that's in that bag, except for the bag, because I am keeping the bag. But I am going to give away everything that's in that. And I do, good news, yay, I can ship to Canada. Now, I still can't ship overseas yet. I'm still working on that, but I am able to ship to Canada, which is really exciting. I was finally able to get that worked out. So good news, anyone that's located in the US or Canada can now join in our giveaways. So let me get that started so we can get that going. And then I'll hop back in chat because I know I've missed a few things here. I'm really excited for a giveaway. We haven't done a giveaway in so long, and I'm so excited to see what somebody's able to do with this because I don't even know where to start creatively to be able to do something like that. So I'm really excited for that. So here's the thing is if you win this, you have to promise that you're going to post pictures in either our Facebook or our Instagram of what you make with it because I really, really want to see it. Speaking of Instagram, we just recently started. We just opened up our Instagram page last week. Super exciting. It's So Not an Expert YT for YouTube because apparently there's more than one. So if you guys want to go ahead and join us over there, you're welcome to do so. You can do !links, LINKS in chat to get our Facebook and our Instagram, or you can do !Instagram or !FB, depending on which link you want. So lots of links to give you guys today. Lots of fun. And let me get this giveaway started. There we go. Grinch Christmas panel giveaway has started. So go ahead and do !giveaway to get entered into that. Brenda says, yay, giveaways. I know, I love doing them. I wish I could do more of them. They're so much fun. So if you're interested in winning this panel, you don't necessarily have to use it as an advent calendar. You can do anything you want with it. I just thought it would be really neat as an advent calendar. But go ahead and do !giveaways. And giveaway, and we'll make sure that, yep, it looks like it's working. So that's awesome. All right, so now we don't need to worry about that for another hour and a half. So Lucas, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the chat for when the message shows up that the giveaway has ended, and just kind of tag me to remind me so that we can go ahead and pull that winner. All right, sorry, trying to flip back over here to Streamlabs so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we can actually get started. So I'm really excited for the giveaway. Yes, so super exciting. So yeah, US and Canada for the giveaway. We need to iron out some fabrics and talk more about my retreat. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. So much fun. I was really nervous. I mean, I'll have a video up for you guys this week. I kind of did a little bit of a vlog. I took a couple of videos, not every day. I did 2 videos on the first day, and then I did 1 video on the second day. Just kind of, kind of giving you guys an idea of what my feelings were, what I was thinking, how I was feeling, what I was going through. The anxiety that I was suffering from a little bit, and just kind of my thoughts and feelings on things. I mean, they were really quick videos. And then I took 9 projects with me. 9. I know, I went a little overboard with the amount of projects, but I didn't want to get bored. So I took 9 projects with me. I ended up starting 4 of them and finishing 3 of the 4. So I was really excited about that. You guys remember the goal I had for myself. I was going to sit myself in the center of the room. Well, if you followed us on Instagram, you will see that I posted a picture of where my desk was, and it was in the center of the room. So I did achieve that goal, and I also finished at least 1 project, which was my other goal for the week. So it was really nice for me to set goals for myself every day. That really seemed to help quite a bit. That really helped kind of bring things kind of into perspective. I'm going to move this over here because I can't seem to find. Everybody's entering the giveaway. That's great. Yes, Sean says, better to have too many projects than not enough. Exactly, Sean. Now, the good news is that the retreat was actually at a quilt store. So if I ran out of projects, I could just walk out the door and go find more. But that was not the whole point of this. The whole point of this was to enjoy the sewing and meet new friends and things like that, which I did both of. So I was really, really excited. So the first day, I'm just going to sew along here I'm just going to iron along here with you guys while we chat. So the first day was, what do I use to starch my fabrics? I use Best Press. I have a huge gallon of it over there. And then this is just a misting bottle that I bought cheap on Amazon. I found that I like the misting bottle better than I like the spray bottle that the Best Press actually comes in. I've had 2 of those bottles and they just leak for me. So I found the misting bottle works nicer, and it gives it a nice fine mist, so it kind of covers it a little bit more, I feel. So that's what I use. I use the lavender scent. You don't have to use a scented one if you don't want to, but might as well give your fabrics a little bit of extra smell. Nice, right? So I use lavender best press. That's what I use. I did bring this with me on my retreat. Remember, you guys, I hemmed and hawed about bringing it. I wasn't sure, and I'm really glad I did. They had cutting stations and ironing stations there, and they had starching options there, but they were in the regular spray bottles. And I found that I liked this better. And actually, some of the new friends that I made, they actually used it as well because they liked the bottle better. So that was exciting. Kelly says, that's a great accomplishment, Danny. Oh, thank you, Kelly. That's so sweet of you. Lucas says, and to expand the channel. Yes, Lucas, I do have a couple of new subscribers to the channel because of some friends that I made at my quilting retreat. But that was not what my retreat was about. And I tried to make sure to keep the mentioning of my channel to a minimum. I didn't want people to think that I was there to try and promo my channel, because that was not why I was there. I was there for self-growth, and I was there to make new friends and learn some new techniques, maybe, things like that, which they didn't do as many. They really only had one presentation, I guess, or you know, like, what do you want to call it? They really only had one demonstration. That's what I was looking for. They really only had one that they were working through. It was a cute project, don't get me wrong. It was making these Christmas tree a banner, if you will, a Christmas tree banner to hang in your house, and it was cute. But it seemed more like a kid project than an adult one, and it wasn't really a project that I would be interested in myself. And it was more for them to promo some of the machines that were out there. Because they are a FAF and Viking dealer, so they did have those machines out that you could take a look at and get taken a look at for you. Good morning, Betty. Thank you so much for joining the giveaway. Good morning. I don't think I've seen you here before. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad to see you. I always love seeing new friends. But yeah, so I did make a few new friends, which was really nice. So the quilting retreat was a 3-day event. For those of you who are just joining us and didn't know, I went on a quilting retreat last weekend. That's why we didn't have a live stream. Jesus, that Streamlabs is really spamming the channel. Shady Susan, I like that missing bottle. I'll have to order one. Yeah, Amazon. Really cheap on Amazon. I mean, I know like Tula Pink, I think, offers one that's got some nice pretty designs and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, that's really nice. But just a plain white one, you know, it was really cheap. I want to say it was like $5 or $6 maybe. Then you can buy, they actually have 2 packs. So then you could buy one that has starch and then one that has water. I use a regular water bottle for mine, but part of me thinks I should have bought the mister. Yeah. The misting bottle, I think, will be a game changer. Love this. Yeah, Martha, I love the misting bottle. I really do. I really do. Even if it's just for water. Because I think it gives it a finer spray. And I really like it. I think it covers better. I think it gives it a finer spray. Yeah, I totally like it. You guys know, as is premised by the channel, I'm not an expert, but I will tell you guys and share with you what works for me, and I hope that you do the same, because I love your guys' advice. By the way, I know Teresa's not in the channel, or at least I haven't seen her pop in yet, but if she is, Teresa, game changer, reminding me to bring the seat cushion with me, because everybody was envious of me for remembering to bring it. So huge thank you to her for that suggestion, because that was huge. Yes, Martha, I'm glad you found us too. You know, this is one of the best communities on YouTube, at least in my opinion. Of course, I may be biased, but I'm glad you found us too. All right, I'm just ironing this up here. Wow, Brenda says, I ordered some misting bottles off Sheen C, which I'm not sure what that is. for $1.50 each. Wow, that is cheap. Yeah, that's really cheap. Sean says the audience for lives are great for ideas. I was chatting about that yesterday. Absolutely, Sean. Yeah, I mean, you guys, all of you guys that popped in last week or 2 weeks ago to help me pack for my retreat were amazing. Some of the pieces of notions and stuff that I brought with me were game changers. People were so jealous of me because I brought some of these things. And that's actually how the mention of my channel actually came up, was because somebody had mentioned, oh my gosh, you know, like I had a cutting board that I brought with me, and I had the seat cushion that I brought with me, and I brought something else with me. Might have been my mini iron that I brought with me, and somebody was like, oh my gosh, I never thought to bring that. And I said, well, one of my subscribers recommended it to me, and so I decided to do it, and I'm glad I did. And so that's how the subject of my channel came up. So, but yeah, if you guys are considering a retreat, especially if it's being hosted locally, not something that you necessarily have to go far away for, I really recommend it. I really, really do. I was so nervous going into it. So nervous. Oh my goodness. Just because I was worried that, you know, I was worried that it was going to be very cliquey, if you know what I mean. It was, you know, the people there weren't going to be very welcoming. You know, that it was going to be very cliquey, and I just wasn't going to have a good time. But I did. It was not as cliquey as I thought it was going to be. You know, there was a couple of people that were there, but it wasn't like high school, you know. Everybody there was amazing, and I think that had a lot to do with it too, is the people that were there were really helping out with making sure that everyone was chatting and getting along, and they had some games and prizes that they were doing, some raffles. I didn't win any of the raffles, unfortunately, but that's okay. I wasn't really there to win a raffle prize, but some of the prizes were pretty neat. And it was really nice having it in the quilt store, because then, like I said, if you ran out of something, or you know, you wanted to look at something different, you could do that right there. So that was kind of nice. I feel everybody's playing the slots games. It's so great that now that that's working. That's great. Looks like somebody started a heist too, so make sure you get in on that. Oh, Martha. Martha has her own channel, so we'll make sure to get... I'm not sure if we have... Slots are not being friendly today. Martha, we might have a link already set up for your channel. We should check that out. If not, Lucas can get one set up for you real quick. It looks like Martha's got her own channel, so we want to make sure and go over and subscribe to her. I know Kathy was in there earlier, so if you haven't subscribed to Kathy already, please make sure you get in there as well. Kathy's channel is a lot of fun. Her and Sandra both, and Susan as well. There are all three of them. They are a part of Kathy's channel, which is a lot of fun. They do Zoom calls. I wish they do them during the day, which unfortunately I'm working during the day, so I can't really help. Oh, wow. I just looked at the screen. Look how orange that is. Oh, well. They do them during the day, so I really can't join into their live streams, but I do watch them afterwards, and they have a lot of fun over there, making a lot of fun projects. You guys should check them out. Their streams do go a little long, but that's okay. It's actually kind of nice. It's like a quilt retreat every week. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Sean says, I love Martha's channel. I feel like I've seen Martha's channel, and it's just not jumping out at me, and I apologize for that, but I'll definitely check it out after the stream here today. I've got a little bit of recording to do, because we have a couple of quilting projects that we need to get working on. Oh, Shady Susan, no worries. Yeah, we all gotta support each other, right? Katie says, I haven't been to a retreat, but I get together every month with 3 quilting friends for a sewing session. Oh, that sounds like fun, Katie. That sounds like a lot of fun. See, I really don't have any quilting friends, and that was one of the goals for this retreat, was to make some quilting friends. The friends that I made are a little bit far away from me. they're not local to me, which the quilt store is really not super local to me either. I ended up staying in a hotel because it's about a 40 to 45-minute drive back home, and I didn't want to do that at night. So, so I actually, they're not really local to me, but the cool thing is that this quilting store has a retreat room that you can rent out for 2 days or 3 days. So we talked about, they mentioned that maybe they wanted to do that, and they invited me. So that was really, I was really honored by that, and hopefully we'll get that to going. That'll be fun. So yeah, I strongly recommend a retreat for anybody that's considering it, especially if it's a local one and you don't have to travel too far. Even if you're going by yourself. I know that going by yourself can be really stressful and intimidating, but if I can do it, so can you. I found that every morning when I got up and as I was getting ready, I would make goals for myself for the day. Something to kind of focus on so that I wasn't focused on my anxiety or that kind of stuff. I think Angel wants to leave us. I think she's tired of me talking. So every day I would make a goal. Okay, this is the project I'm going to work on today. This is how far I want to get with it. These are the 2 projects I'm going to, because I always worked on 2 projects for a day because I didn't want to get too bored with it. But yeah, I would set myself up for success by setting goals, because I think goals are really important. I know that John does. He sets goals for himself every week in his podcast, which are just awesome. By the way, if you're not following Sean, you need to do !Sean in chat. He's got a lot of really fun things happening in the next few weeks. A couple of them I know about. So maybe you might see some familiar faces on his channel in a couple weeks. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, you want to go now? Come on. Okay, fine, then stay. She can't make up her mind today. But yeah, make sure you go follow Sean on his channel. Do !Sean, that's SEAN. He does a podcast every week and a live stream on Saturday mornings. He had Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches on this past weekend, so that was fun. Kelly, I'm not sure why that it did that, so sorry about that. I just noticed that. Okay, sorry, I'm missing chat again. Sandra says, you can today, Danny. Kathy's going live after you today. Oh, well, that's exciting. Yeah, I might have to catch on then. That'll be fun. Like I said, I do have a couple of videos I have to record after my live stream, but yeah, I'll definitely pop on afterwards. Maybe I'll be able to join chat. That would be fun. Katie says, I did attend Steven's virtual one. I must have missed something. Oh, Sean says, only retreat I've ever been to is the virtual one that Stephen Bland had a few weeks back. That was fun and not dragging my gear. True. That is true. There is a little bit of stress and anxiety with having to pack up your sewing room and bring it with you. So I will tell you that. And if you're going to be doing a lot of retreats, just buy 2 of everything. Honestly. Because it just makes your life easier. But yeah, I can totally understand that. Kelly says, before 2020, a group of us used a meeting room at one of the local library branches. Oh, Kelly, that's a good idea. I never thought to do that. I wish I had more friends that were local to me. We could try something like that. She says, met once a week more for a stitch. We won't repeat that word, but we know what it says. It sounds about right, Kelly. Sounds about right. Guess who Nancy says, where are you at? Nancy, I am in northern Illinois. Speaking of Illinois, I bought something. I'm all over the place today, guys, because I'm just ironing. I bought something that I'm really excited for to give you guys something really fun to look on the wall with. But I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. Hang on. I want to show you guys what it looks like. I know, I'm all over the place today. I bought something that I had seen they had for a while now, and I was hemmed and hawed about getting it, and I finally decided to get it because I think it would be something fun. So, I told you guys I'm not a panel person, but this one is a panel, and there's a reason for it, and I'll show you guys why. So, in my state of Illinois, they have a local shop hop that they run in the state of Illinois and Indiana, northern Michigan, I think. But one of the things about the shop hop that they do is they actually have custom fabric made. specifically for the shop hop. And they have a specific pattern and everything for it. But this is what I bought. It's a panel, so I'm going to have to do some stuff with it, but check it out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it actually says Illinois, which I thought was really cool. Really, really cool. So I'm going to, my plan is to sew up the edges, maybe even quilt it just the way it is, and then hang it on this door here behind me as a nice pretty thing for you guys to be able to see on the camera when I'm doing recording and things like that. So to answer your question, I am located in northern Illinois. I'm a southwest suburb of Chicago. And you know, I've done a little bit of research to try and find some quilting friends, but I haven't done a lot, and I don't have a local store near me. The closest one I have to me is the one that I just went to for this retreat, which was about 40 to 45 minutes further north of me. I think it's north. I don't know my directions very well. So I just don't have a lot of quilting friends, and I need to find some. Yes, Sean has an amazing channel too, Martha says. Yeah, he's my buddy. I think Sean is everybody's buddy, which is great. It's really great. Lucas, thank you for setting that up. Kelly says, Danny, you work exactly like me. I'm always like, oh, hold on. I have ADD, so I kind of get a little distracted. My coworker in my daytime job, I guess, my full-time job, my coworker always gives me crap about it. She's like, oh, did you see something shiny again? Because I get distracted easily. So anyway, so that's the panel. I'll probably put something together for that. Nothing super fancy, nothing crazy, but just so that it hangs up nice on here, because I thought that would be fun. Something to represent the state I'm from. There are days where I love the state I'm in, and there are days when I don't. Political stuff aside, just the state itself, you know, the weather and locations and stuff like that. So Sandra says, that is a great panel. My daughter would love it. She was born in Illinois. Well, Sandra, they still have a few of them available on some of the quilt stores that were part of the Illinois Shop Hop. So you should check them out. If you email me at sewnotanexpert@gmail.com, I can send you a link to the quilt store that I had my retreat at, because I know that they still had a handful of them left over that they might be willing to ship you. Now, the shipping costs might be pretty expensive, but they still had a few of them left when I was there last week. So if that's something that you really want, just send me an email and I'll send you the link. We can get that going for you. Hopefully you can get one for your daughter. But yeah, it was really cool. They had some other coordinating fabrics that went along with it, so you could have made the panel bigger or smaller, however you want, but that was just the panel. I didn't need all of the other fabrics. I just wanted the panel. So Brenda says, had to help hubby. Did it into something. Nope, Brenda, we're just pressing fabric over here. We have not started a darn thing in this project yet. Not a darn thing. We've just been ironing and chatting for right now. I am ironing and pressing up the second side of this piece of fabric here. This is going to be our focus fabric for the project. We needed a background fabric, a focus fabric, and then we also needed some, I forget what that pattern called it, but the jelly roll fabric basically. So after this, we will open up our jelly roll and we will pick out our strips from that, I think. And then I have the background fabric that also needs to be ironed up, and then we can actually get going. Sarah says, I will look up the shops. Yeah, you can do the Illinois Shop Hop, and you should be able to find them that way. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of the shops had posted on the website, on the Shop Hop website, that they were sold out of them. So But some of them, like I said, the shop that I was in still had some. So, and I had thought about it the whole time I was watching the shop hop. I didn't participate in the shop hop. There just wasn't enough time to do that this year. It might be something I might do next year, which could be fun to do. But there just wasn't enough time this year to do that. So maybe next year. But I didn't know the fabric was available, and I had hemmed and hawed about ordering it from one of the shops. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to do it or not. And so then when I was there, they had them already pre-cut, sitting in a little basket. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet and get one. So I did. And I'm glad I did. So you guys will look forward to seeing that up there on the door sometime soon. It'll be fun. I thought it would be something fun for you guys to, a little bit of piece of decoration up there. I've also thought about buying a towel rack holder to hang on the door, to hang some of the quilts that we're working on. I might still do that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll have to wait and see. The other thing that was really cool while I was at the quilt retreat, so the quilt store that I went to, it's 2 stories tall. The first level first level is all of your quilting stuff, and then the second level is they've kind of turned it into their classrooms. There's a sewing area up there. There's a small little kitchen area up there. There's bathrooms and stuff like that. But then they also had right next, because there's an elevator that goes up too, which was really nice. One of the things that they had up there was they were selling one of the quilting cabinets that they had upstairs, and they didn't bring it down. They said because it was too heavy to bring down. Turns out that cabinet that they were selling was my cabinet. I couldn't believe it. I got to learn so much more about this new cabinet and its value from the people there. I had no idea. I mean, I bought this cabinet. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but I bought this cabinet on Facebook Marketplace 4 or 5 years ago. I think I paid $75 or $80 for it, which, come to find out, that's an incredible deal compared to what it's actually worth. So yeah, it was kind of neat to be able to learn a little bit more about my cabinet and the story behind it and when it was produced and things like that. So the people at the quilt store were really, really knowledgeable. The last day we actually got to sit with the owners, because the store is actually not open on Sundays, but the owners actually kept the store. They opened the store just for us. They didn't open it to the public. It was just for us. So the owners and their daughter were actually there on Sundays. So we got to talk with them. That was kind of neat. I've been to the store a few times and never met the owners before. So that was neat to get to talk to them, meet with them. Kelly says, oops, I starch with Niagara and let it air dry, then I press. Yeah, a lot of people at the retreat were using the Niagara, yeah. Hold on. Brenda says, I starch my fabric with Stay Flow from Grocery. I mix it half and half, a couple of drops of lavender oil, spray with my Mr. Bottle, let it dry. Interesting. Let it air dry. Yeah. Wow, interesting. Sandra says, thanks, had to try again. Oh. You guys are winning a bunch of those thimbles. My goodness. We might have to change the winnings on that, Lucas. Lucas says, yeah, I was close to the jackpot. Well, I think Lucas is still doing some adjustments there on the slot machine stuff. If you guys are not familiar or new to the channel, we do have a couple of games that you can play inside of chat to earn thimbles. And then those thimbles can be turned in for prizes. Right now we have 2 prizes on the channel, but I actually was thinking about a third one here just recently. The first 2 are a random fat quarter and a random notion. So basically I just pull a fat quarter from my stash or a random notion from my stash and I send it to you as a way of saying thank you. You can do exclamation point prizes in chat to see which prizes we are offering. And then to redeem those prizes, you do have to have that amount of thimbles in your account. And you just do exclamation point redeem, and then you type in the word of whatever it is you redeem, and then you just email me your address, and I get them in the mail to you. Also, if you are just joining the stream, don't forget we are doing our giveaway today. I'm giving away a Grinch themed panel that looks like it could be made into a advent calendar for Christmas. For Christmas, holiday, yeah, Christmas advent calendar. So, all right, this piece of fabric is officially ironed up. So I'm just gonna set it here for right now. Let's open up this jelly roll, do something a little bit fun for a minute. Patty says I'm lost. Uh-oh. Oh, look, it looks like Lucas is trying to add points to Patty's. It's fine, Patty. Don't worry about it. Lucas is messing with something. Kelly says, bye, gang. I have to send a work email. Then I'm going to make coasters. All right, Kelly. Thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. You are lost. Good morning, Betty. I think I might have said good morning to you already, but if not, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate that. I do apologize again for any newcomers that are in the chat that want to participate in the chat. I did have to turn on the subscription only because we got spammed too much. So I apologize for that. Just wait 5 minutes after you've subscribed and then you'll be able to join in chat. So there's that. So let's go ahead and open up this jelly roll and start picking out some fabrics here. Sandra says, Patty, I will miss you. We will all miss Patty. Alright, so let's open up this jelly roll. I've got my lint roller ready because these jelly rolls are always so full of lint. So usually what I do is I try to be a little careful about it. So I open up one side and I just roll it immediately. And that sometimes helps. Sandra says, Patty, come out of the closet and then we'll be able to find you. You're funny. I don't know what happened there. That's funny. Alright, so there's that side. It's the only bad part about jelly rolls. It's great that they're already pre-cut for you. But boy, do they give you a lot of lint. Set this over here. My pattern. Put that over there. Put this in the garbage can. There we go. Do this again. No, there we go. My gosh. Look at that. Just so much. So much. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like it looks like confetti. Looks like a sprinkled donut. Oh, okay. So there's that side. And then we will flip over to the other side. Chloe says, finally sewing some after the kiddos' Halloween fun and a cold. Oh, Chloe, I'm so sorry to hear you had a cold. I hope you're feeling better. So sorry to hear that. Oh, I never like to hear when people are sick or aren't feeling well. I know Sean wasn't well for a little while there. I'm really glad to hear he's feeling better. I'm really glad to hear that. Betty says, should I leave a path of breadcrumbs? That's a distinct possibility. That is so weird, Lucas. If you can just go into the members thing and just give everybody 100, it's fine too. Too funny. All right. Yeah, pull this piece off here. Lucas says, I'm trying to find you. Streamlabs is being dumb today. Yay, Streamlabs. Quick, somebody give Streamlabs a hug. Maybe they won't be so... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe no one has hugged him yet today, and that's why he's being so dumb. Brenda, you know what? I never even thought to do that, but I can't really do that when I'm on a live stream, though. Brenda says Teresa taught her to go outside and shake the daylights out of every cuts. Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's probably a good idea. I tried to just do the jelly, this as much as I can. Because that's weird that you can't tag anybody all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on with you today. Alright, so let's open up this jelly roll and let's pick out our 18 strips. Still can't find Patty. Is YouTube being dumb again? Okay, so I need 18 strips. We want to keep the blue out, so that's these back here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the channel. I thought you were a subscriber already, but maybe you had to subscribe and unsubscribe. Who knows? But either way, welcome to the channel. You gotta wait 5 minutes, and then you can chat with us. Okay, so there's those. We don't want the blues. We've already decided that. We didn't want those. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm just kind of looking at these to see if there's anything that's too light or too dark that I don't want in here that I could swap out for something else. I think these are gonna be okay. Actually, I want to take these two out. Those look too close to that one there. There's 2 of these. Alright, so I think Kathy says, I thought I was too. I don't know what happened with my subscription. I wonder if something's going on with the channel then, or with YouTube, if Lucas is having issues with the fact that he can't tag anybody in anything and people are lost. So let me see if I can do it. Lucas, I wonder, are you on your phone? Maybe try on your computer. Maybe there's something wrong with the app on your phone. Maybe it needs to be updated or something. I don't know, dude. It's alright though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so these are all extras. Alright, so these are all the extras for the jelly roll. Wow, lots of extras. We might have to do something with some of these because that's a lot of extra. It's like half the jelly roll. My goodness. We're going to have to find another project for that. Hi, Sandra. I was just tagging you to see if it was working, so thank you. I see that you got tagged, yeah. Oh, it doesn't have the pop-up and he's on the computer. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if it's... Did you try, like, going out and coming back in? Maybe try going out and coming back in? I don't know. You know more of this techie stuff than I do, dude. Oh, this one has to go, too. So, yeah, there's a lot of strips here that we need to do something with. So, we're going to have to come up with another idea here, good guys. I mean, at this rate, I could make 2 quilts with the amount of jelly roll strips that are in here. Who knows what's happening? Alright, so I've got our jelly roll strips all picked out. These are the ones we're going to go with. I tried to pick stuff that was not close to our focus fabric or our background fabric. Tried to pick some brighter colored stuff. We can always change our mind later, but for now, let's go with this. And we're not actually going to do anything with this today, at least not right now. So I just wanted to lay them out so that we have them all ready to go. I'm just going to fold them up and put them in my bin. You guys know I use a plastic bin to hold all my pieces together, and I use the Ziploc to put all my scraps in. So that's why I pulled the Ziploc out. Alright, let's do some cutting. I feel like doing some cutting before we get back to ironing because we have a lot more ironing to do today. But I want to do a little bit of cutting first. So let's do a little bit of that. Let me set up my station here a little bit. You know, after having coming back from the quilting retreat and kind of moving everything around, things are a little unorganized at the moment. Everything has been put back away for the most part. I still have a couple of things left that I need to put away, but they're not critical. They were things that I brought with me in case I was going to need them, and I actually didn't end up using them, so. Shady Susan, looks like you've joined the giveaway. That's great. How much time is left on that? Well, this says we started it at 10:48. 11:48 would be an hour. I think it runs for an hour. Let me see. Hour and a half. Okay. So it'll be just before 12:30 before we're able to pull that one. So looks like we got 12 entries so far. So if you haven't already, make sure you get in there. Like I said, I am able to ship to the US and Canada. So that's really exciting. I can't do overseas yet, so if you are from overseas, I do apologize, but I still can't do those. But at least I'm back to the US and Canada, so that's good. Alright, so we need to make some strips. This is a strip project. This is a strip-friendly pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and make some strips up. Now, I do my strips a little wonky, and it's probably the wrong way to do it, but it's the way that works best for me in my sewing space. I take the fabric that's already folded in half and I fold it again in half. So it makes a thinner tube. And then I cut my strips that way. Now some people are like, oh Danny, you should get a stripology ruler. And you're absolutely right, I should. But the problem is that I don't really have a big enough space to be able to accommodate that. So this is what I end up with. Chloe says, I may not have enough time. Well, Chloe, we will give whoever is named the prize, we give them a few minutes to claim it. Usually about 5 minutes. And if they don't claim it within 5 minutes, we'll just call somebody else. So if you can't make it, and that's okay. There'll be plenty of giveaways on the channel later on that you can join in on. Alright, let's see. How big is my ruler? Yeah, it's not big enough. Don says, spent this part of the live working on a vacuum. Oh boy. Yes, it started. Yeah, it's running. It says it's got about 48 minutes left. The timer says about 48 minutes left on the giveaway, so it'll be there soon. Well, the vacuum hates me and I quit on that job. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawn. Sorry to hear that. Okay, this is really heavy. So let me see if I can bring some of this up here. Sorry, guys. You're going to be able to really see what I'm doing here. The hell? Somebody did something. I got the... Oh, Lucas, you are so sweet. Thank you for that. You really did not have to do that, hon. That was really sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for that tip. I appreciate that. Looks like we got a couple more subscribers here, too. Deborah subscribed. Oh, that was 21 days ago. Crystal. Yeah, Kathy, Lucas. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, hon. That really was not necessary, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, let's pull a ruler out, shall we? And and then let's get some cutting done. So Brenda, if you're following along, I have started cutting my focus fabric. It took me a minute to remember what it is. Brenda is also following along with us, and of course, if you'd like to follow along, you're more than welcome. There's a link there at the top of the chat for the pattern and the fabric. I think there's also one in the description. I think I put one in there. Might have not. I don't know. So make sure you go check that out if you're interested in there. Lucas says I've lost you, Patty. Patty, have you entered the giveaway? I can double check and make sure that you are in the giveaway. Let's see. Yeah, Patty, you're in the giveaway, so I wouldn't worry too much. Something's going on with YouTube now, and Lucas is struggling on his app, so I'm sorry for that. Looks like I've got 13 people in the giveaway so far. I'll read off the names real quick just so you're aware. If you don't hear your name, that means you're not in, so you want to make sure you get in. You got about 45 minutes left. I've got Chloe, I've got Sean, Brenda, Lucas, Kathy, Sandra, Patty, Martha, Nancy, Susan, Betty, Katie, and Linda so far. So if I didn't call your name, you're not in there, so make sure you do ! giveaway in chat. As long as you have, as long as you're able to type in chat, then you're able to enter the giveaway. So let me just flip back here. Patty says I feel so lost. I'm sorry, Patty. Yeah, I think Lucas is having technical difficulties with the YouTube app. Not really sure what's happening there. But the good news is that turning on the subscriber requirement seems to have gotten rid of the spammers and the bots. So I'm really sorry for that. I hate limiting people. I just, that makes me crazy. I don't want anyone to think that they have to do anything in order to be a part of this channel, even subscribing. But unfortunately, the bots are just too much of a pain. So unfortunately, you will have to be a subscriber to the channel in order to participate in the chat, which is unfortunate. So, okay, so cutting the focus fabric. That's this focus fabric. We're going to cut 4.5 inch strips, and we need 6 of them. So let's go ahead and get that, because I feel like doing a little bit of cutting, and then we have to go back and do more ironing. And then the next time we come back to this project, we should actually be able to do some sewing. But as with any project, you know, there's always that prep time, you know. We have to prep the fabric and stuff, so. I actually got a compliment at the retreat for my cutting skills. I really don't think I'm that great at it, but apparently I was better than this person was, because they complimented me on it. Because I was able to cut all of my fabric pieces pretty quickly. Of course, it helped that they have these huge cutting stations, you know. And I was able to just, like, you know, strip through them real quick and do what I needed to do. And so that was nice. This is a brand new blade. Well, new-ish blade. I changed it when I was at the retreat, but it doesn't feel like it's cutting, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright, 6.5. No, 4.5. I'm glad I looked. 4.5. But yeah, somebody made a compliment to me. 1, 2, 3, 4 of my cutting skills. I'm like, I didn't think they were that great, but thanks, I guess. So, of course, the fabric moved. Of course it did. So now I have to redo it again. So what is everybody else working on? I feel like I've been talking here about my retreat and talking about fabric and my stuff. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? What did you do last weekend, since I didn't get to talk to anybody last weekend? Other than, I do want to say a quick thank you to those of you who sent me notes last week, either on Instagram or Facebook or even a couple of emails. There was a couple of subscribers that reached out to me to just kind of say, good luck, you know, you got this, you could do this, you know, don't be worried, have fun. Some great encouragement and positive feedback from all of them. And so you know who you are, I know who you are, and I truly appreciate those messages. They were so helpful to keep my confidence levels up. So I just, again, I know I think I've said it a couple times, but I really truly appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. You guys are the best community out there, for sure. Yes, Dawn, that's what it was that I saw you working on, was the Socialites 2 So Long. Yeah, that was really pretty. That's the Turn Dash. Are you still working on the Turn Dash, or is that different? That one was really fun. Okay, so I need to make 6 4.5 structures. I'm gonna be here a while. I gotta say, guys, I kind of miss the large cutting stations for the quilting retreat a little bit, but that's alright. That's alright. Socialites 2. What is this? What is I need to know more about it. Tell me more about it. I should know more about it because I watch John's stuff, but I need to learn more. Is it like, it's a sew along, I got that. Is it from a YouTube channel or? Sorry, focused on cutting here. Oh, okay. Dawn says I finished all the blocks for the Turn Dash. I'm going to sew it together in a line. Well, that'll be fun. And a quilt with nothing but prairie points to look like dragon scales. Ooh, Dawn, that sounds like fun. Brenda, yes, I remember you mentioned that the last time, the cross stitch for the Christmas for the blonde horse. I bet that's really pretty. I'm sure it'll be great. Okay, I got 2 done. Yay, need 4 more. I'm telling you guys, I'm missing that the cutting station for sure. But one of these days we'll have our own, right? Oh, Fat Quarter Shop. Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. One of the girls at the retreat bought the fabric and the pattern to make the breast cancer quilt that Becca's making. And it's funny because she was talking about it, and I said, "Oh, I said, yeah, so Becca's making it." And I said, "I haven't, I didn't really have the time to take on another project right now, so I wasn't really able to do it." I said, and she's like, "Becca, so Becca." She's like, "Who is this so Becca?" And I'm like, "Oh, YouTube. She's a YouTuber, you know." I'm like, "You gotta check her out." And she goes, "Oh my gosh," she goes, "I follow her already." I'm like, "Oh well, great." I said, "Well, she's making it. You know, you can follow along with her." And then I also gave them Sean's channel and Dawn's channel. I gave them a bunch of friends' channels, so maybe you guys will have a couple of new subscribers. So. But the retreat was fun. They provided food for lunch and dinner. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, but it was edible. It was decent. I mean, they had chili, Italian beef sandwiches, mustacholi, spaghetti. I mean, not on the same day. These were different days. They had Jimmy John sandwiches one day with soup. That was really good. One day it was a little chilly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They're having another one in January, so I will most likely be going to that one. Although I have been warned by a couple of the ladies that were there that there is a group of ladies that usually attend the retreats that are not as welcoming to newcomers as the people that I was in the group with. So I was warned because it was my first one, and I told them all about what a great experience it was, and I thanked them all for that. They did warn me that there is another group of ladies that, you know, just don't get frustrated by that or upset by it. So that was nice of them to point that out to me. Oh gosh, I missed some things here. Dawn says, I had no intentions of starting Socialites, but I did, and it's free. If it's free, that's all that matters, right? Dawn also says, hey, Andrew K, you can either make it as a 3-inch or 6-inch or a 9-inch, depending on how big you want to make it. Yep, and then Sandra put a link to Dawn's channel. Yep, make sure you go check out Dawn. She also has her own blog as well, so there's a link there for her blog also. Make sure you follow her there. And I know she's got Instagram too, because I followed her there on Instagram. Make sure you follow there. Just follow her everywhere. She's awesome. Oh, you're welcome, Dawn. No problem. I try and support as many of the creators as I can. If you are a creator and you're following me on here, and I do not have a link set up for you already, please let me know so I can get one set up. Lucas is awesome about it. He has access to all that stuff, so he could actually get it set up pretty quickly. He got Martha's set up. I think Martha might have already had one, to be honest, but if she didn't, he got it set up for us. Susan says, well, that would make me not want to go with a group of ladies having issues with new people. Yeah, Susan, I completely understand that. That was one of my biggest hurdles. And I mentioned it before in the channel, but I never used to be, but I have recently become a bit of an introvert. And so new people kind of give me anxiety because I don't know them, especially in this world anymore. You know, you just don't know people anymore. You just don't know who's good and who's bad anymore. But, so that gave me a certain level of anxiety going into this, that there was going to be a lot of people there that I probably wasn't going to know. And then I was going to have to kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and force myself to speak to new people and make new friends and things like that. So, yeah, I completely understand that fear and that anxiety. All I can really say about that is, you know, you have to do what's best for you, obviously. For me, even with as much anxiety as I had over it and as much fear, I mean, it was legit fear. I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to put myself out there, meet some new people, you know, just kind of get through all of those fears and anxieties and face them, basically. So for me, no matter how stressed and anxious I was in the mornings when I would get up to go there, I just kind of kept putting one foot in front of the other. The goals helped a lot. Setting myself with goals. I kept my headphones in as well. I kept one earpiece in at all times. Just kind of watching movies and listening to things like that. That really helped ground me and center me a little bit. So that when, you know, they started getting, you know, because most everybody that was in my room, because there was 2 rooms of people. I was on the first floor and there was another floor on the second floor. And most everybody, not all of the people, but most everybody that was there had at least one other person that they knew, that they were talking with, that they were friends with. There was a family member, things like that. So in some ways, I was an outsider. But the good news is that the people that were there didn't make me feel like an outsider. And that was one of my biggest fears, is that they were going to do that. There was 11 people at this retreat. So the reality of it is that out of those 11 people, there has to be at least one of them that's not going to treat you like an outsider, and you just have to find them. The quilt store itself did a great job of trying to get people to communicate and kind of work in small groups on things. They had a couple of, you know, quick fun activities to earn some raffle tickets and stuff that kind of helped with that a little bit. And then we all had meals together. So the meals was just one big long table upstairs, and we all kind of sat down at the same time and had meals and kind of talked. And they did a couple of games while we were making those meals as well. So it was they did a good job of making sure that everyone felt welcome. The shop did anyway. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody's quilt experience is going to be different. I can't guarantee that if you decide to go to a quilt retreat that it's going to be an awesome experience like mine was. It might not be. It depends a lot on who's there. But it's also important to remember that with quilting retreats, there's different people every time. Yes, there are a lot of the same people, but there's always somebody different there. So that's also important to remember. So if you've had a bad experience with a quilting retreat one time and that has tainted you and you don't want to go back because of that, my advice is try to give it one more chance, because like I said, there's different people every time. So there's going to be somebody else there, maybe going through the same things you are, maybe, you know, just as anxious. In fact, there was one girl that I met that was actually sitting upstairs, so I really didn't talk to her too much other than during our meal times. She was just like me. She had never been to a retreat before. She didn't know anybody else there. She just decided that this was something she wanted to give a try. Because, again, same with her. She doesn't really have a whole lot of quilting friends to reach out to. And unfortunately for her, she doesn't have a YouTube channel like I do. So she doesn't have all you guys. But I invited her to come on by and join us here. So maybe she will, maybe she won't. But, yeah, there are people out there, and it's just a matter of finding them. You have to bring yourself out of your shell a little bit in order to make it work. And that's the other part of this is, you know, I wouldn't say it was a bad experience, but it wasn't a great experience the last time I did this. So I went to the same quilt store, and I did a sew-along for the day. It wasn't for a 3-day thing. It was just a 1-day thing. It was for like 6 hours. Bring your machine, set it up. It was a jelly roll race day. So I did a jelly roll race project, and then I came back home. But I don't feel like, and I didn't have a great experience with that. It wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. Nobody was mean to me. Nobody was, but it just wasn't, it wasn't as positive of an experience as the quilt retreat was. And part of that, I think, is my own fault. I think that part of that was on me, because I didn't make myself be more approachable. I didn't make myself be more with the group as opposed to an outsider. You know, I walked into this knowing that I was going to be an outsider, because I'm younger than most everybody there. It's just the kind of the way it is. I'm usually younger than most everybody there. I don't have any quilting friends or quilting buddies that I was going with, so I knew that I was going to be the outsider going into this already, and I made myself feel that way when I walked in the door. So I kind of tainted that experience, and I knew that. I recognized that that's what I did, and so when I set myself up for this retreat, I made myself some goals, and I said, I'm not going to do that again, because I needed to give it a second chance. I needed to give myself the opportunity to say, I need to fix me. I need to do this for me. I need to force myself to be more interactive than I was before. And I think that's what made the experience different. I truly believe that. I don't think that the people that were there the last time versus the people that were there this time are any different with regards to personalities or anything else. I think it was all on me. And that's something that you have to think about, and you have to decide what you want to do. And that's why, I mean, that's part of the premise of this channel is I'm not an expert, guys. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not even a quilting expert or a sewing expert. All I know is I can tell you what I have learned from my experiences. And maybe they'll help you, maybe they won't. Maybe I am doing them completely wrong, and you guys need to tell me how to do them. But that's kind of the premise behind this, is let's talk about those things. Let's bring those things up. Let's learn from them together. Let's grow from them together, not just with regards to quilting stuff, but all aspects of life, really. You know, that's where I look to these things for. So I hope that I'm going to post a video next week. Well, I guess it would be this week. I'm going to post a video this week that's going to kind of be a recap of my journey on the quilting retreat. And I really hope that it helps somebody out there. I hope it gives someone else a little bit more confidence in themselves, and kind of makes it so that they decide to give it a try too. That's my goal. So I missed so much chat. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent there. I apologize. You know, you see something so shiny, and you just kind of keep going. Sandra says, I quit helping a group tie quilt, so I was told I don't know how to tie a quilt. I just never went back. Yeah, Sandra, unfortunately, there are groups like that out there. There are groups like that out there, and you can't judge all of the groups based on that one. So, you know, the only advice I can give, and again, not an expert here, guys, but the only advice I can give is find a different group. Yep, Dawn says, let it be known it's those ladies, not you, Danny. Absolutely, Dawn. And I was lucky enough. I mean, those ladies were not part of this group from what I understood. I mean, the ladies that were there were amazing. They were wonderful, but they tell me because this was my first experience, and I the last day of the trip, I told them, I said, look, guys, this is my first one, and you guys have made it an amazing experience for me, and thank you for that, you know, because that means that you've given me the confidence that I can do this again, and I can do this again. And one of the ladies, a couple of the ladies came back to me and said, you know, I just don't want you to, we think it's great that you're here, we want you to be here, we want to see you again. We just want to make sure that you're aware that there is another group that comes into these that is not as welcoming as we are. And we don't want them to taint your experiences. We don't, if you run into them on the next retreat, we don't want you to think that that's how all retreats are. It's just that, but there are those groups out there. So that's really all that was. And I really appreciated their honesty and kind of looking out for me a little bit. It was really sweet of them. Yeah, Dawn, yeah, it's sad about elders not welcoming newcomers, and that happens. I mean, it does happen. It does happen out there. So just kind of keep that in mind. But don't let your fear stop you. You know, there are going to be those negative people out there. There are going to be those not so positive people out there, but don't let them stop you, because that just gives them the control. That gives them the control over your life and your mood and your emotions. They don't need to have the control. You should have the control. So easier said than done. I know, but that's kind of where I try to be. I try not to let other people's negativity control my emotions. I just don't let them in. I just move on. Betty says, I cuss a lot when I sew. Betty, don't you worry about it, honey. There was a woman there that was sitting behind me. She's sweet as a button. Absolutely sweet as a button. But yeah, she was a cursor for sure. But she just made us giggle. That's all. As long as everyone around you understands that you're not cursing at them, it's okay. The chat window on the screen above the cover seems to have a lag. Yeah, there's usually a little bit of a lag there. A couple minutes, I think. Sandra asked, Danny, did you walk around and get any new ideas for your next project? Sandra, I have so many projects already that I did not. That is not to say there were not a million beautiful projects out there, but I have so many projects in here right now that I just couldn't take on anymore. I just really couldn't. I tried to focus on what I had with me and tried not to buy anymore. My budget didn't really allow for it. Oh my gosh, Danny, I cut my focus fabric wrong. I cut them in squares and did mini strips. Oh no! Well, what you could do, depending on what covers you did, I mean, if you come in 4.5-inch strips, blocks, that wouldn't be good, but the background fabric is going to be cut into squares, into 3-inch squares. You need 96 of those. So maybe you could just find a different focus fabric, and you could use that fabric as your background. I don't know what the colors are or anything like that. But worst case scenario, it's okay. You can always use it for another project. You just unfortunately won't be able to use it for this one. And I really need to get back to cutting here, guys. Sandra says my list to make keeps getting growing. You know what, Sandra? My problem is I don't have a list. I need to make one because I keep buying stuff thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so then I have like bins and stuff everywhere. That's why I look over here all the time, because there is just stuff buried in here that I need to make a list. That's part of my problem. All right, guys, I really got to get back to cutting here. But Brenda, that's okay. You know, it's a happy mistake is all it is. And we'll figure out a different way for you to use that fabric for something else. Whether that be, if it's usable for your background, then you could just cut them down into, excuse me, 3-inch blocks for your background, and then you'd have 1-inch, 1.5-inch pieces that you could use with something else. Or, you know, you could always move that fabric to something else and grab some different fabric to use as your focus fabric. It always stinks when you make a mistake like that, but just try not to stress about it too much, because you can always use it for something else. There's always another project out there that you can do with it. You just got to come up with it. Now, the good news, Brenda, is that you can also hang on to that fabric, and we can use it, again, for some of our block of the month stuff. Sorry, our block party stuff, which still haven't picked out our next block. I have no idea what we're doing yet. I want to do a paper piecing one, but it gives me a little bit of anxiety, because other than the fun little It's So Emma stuff, I haven't really actually done any paper piecing before. So, but we are going to do that, because that is my goal. It's very satisfying by a non-list maker to make a list and then check them off as you go. Yeah, Dawn, I really need to get my butt in gear and become a little more organized with this. Honestly. I'm not actually an organized person. It just doesn't happen by nature. So but I need to get better at it. I mean, not even just for the channel, but just for myself as a creator. I need to get better at it. 5-inch mark. But yeah, one of these days I need to sit down in here and just take the day and just write down all of the projects and all of the fabric that I have for those projects. Because like I said, I brought 9 projects. I think it was 9. I think it was 9 projects with me for the quilting retreat. I started 4, I finished 3. So I still have that 4th one I've got to finish up, which we'll probably do on a live stream because it's kind of fun. But then I still have all those other ones I still have to do. Well, the problem is that, like, they're all in Ziploc bags or something in one of these bins, and I'm going to forget about them. I just know it. So I need to make a list. I need to start making a list. Betty says, I can't do a list. I see something I like and I try it. You know what, Betty? I mean, if that works for you, that is fantastic. And that's usually how I do things too. But I really need to, because this is it, guys. This is my space. This is all I've got. I've got these bins here and this cabinet here. This is all I've got for space. So in order for me to buy more stuff, which, you know, like, this stuff aside, we won't talk about it. In order for me to buy more projects, I have to finish something first, because these bins are all full with fabric and different notions and stuff like that. So they're all full, so I really need to make something in order to get something new. So I did very well at my quilting retreat. I didn't buy anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's also why I didn't really focus on anything else that was going on out there, because I was afraid I was just going to buy something. So my UFOs grow. Amen. Yep. UFOs. Yep. You guys have no idea how happy I was when I finished those couple of UFOs that we had, that I showed you guys on the one video. It was so nice to have those finished up. All right. Last one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to make 6. Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. Yeah, so Brenda is sewing along with us. Is there anybody else that's sewing along with us? Hi, Christine. I just got your Facebook request. Welcome to the group. I hope that you're on here as well. We also have an Instagram as well, if you want to follow us on Instagram. Instagram is new for me. I really have no idea what I'm doing there, so you'll have to be patient with me. But I'm figuring it out slowly. Alright, so there's our 6 strips. Now the rest of this fabric here is going to be for our borders. We have 2 borders with this specific fabric, but like I mentioned before, I actually am short about a yard for this fabric, so I'm going to have to buy more of this off camera. but we don't need to cut our background fabrics right now. Or our border fabrics right now. We can just leave it whole for now. We'll cut that up later. This particular project is intended as a gift for a family member of mine. I'm not sure if they watch the channel or not, so I'm not going to say who it is, obviously. It's definitely not going to be a Christmas gift, unless it's maybe next Christmas. We'll have to wait and see. But it is intended as a gift. So. Alright, I'm going to put this fabric back away. So this is, you guys have seen this before, but this is what I use to organize all my projects. I only have 4 of these, 5. No, I have 5 of these. Yeah, I only have 5 of these, so I can only allow myself to work on 5 projects at a time. Which sounds crazy, but you know, 2 of them were cotton cuts, so there's that. So, put this in here. Excuse me. Oh, ouch. That didn't feel good. Ouch. And I always put all my scraps in a Ziploc so that I have them. Speaking of Ziplocs, how much time we got left on that? On the giveaway. It looks like we got less than 40 minutes on the giveaway. We are going to run the stream until 1 today, and the only reason for that is because that way, in case anyone has missed the time change, they can still hop in and not miss us. So I hope that doesn't put Kathy too far back. Kathy said she was going to start hers after mine, so I hope that doesn't put her too far back. Terry, good morning. I'm so sorry. I missed you before. Good morning. Hello. She says she's been listening while she's been getting some food. All right. I hope it's yummy. Dawn says, quilting for me has many destinations, sometimes with a finish, but mostly just enjoying sewing. Absolutely, Dawn. Although I have to say, unfinished projects give me a little bit of anxiety, so I try to actually finish them, at least with regards to the quilt top. Maybe not the quilting and all that other stuff, but at least the quilt top. Unfinished projects give me anxiety, so I have a tendency to want to finish those. Sandra says, just because I make a list doesn't mean to follow it to the T. I have 6 tops added to the to-do list for long arm. There you go, Sandra. Katie just requested to join the Facebook group. Oh, is that you? Oh, great. That's great. Yeah, Lucas will get you, I'm sure. If not, I can get you after the stream. Welcome. Brenda says, guess I'll have a piece 3rd border. There you go, Brenda. See? There you go. You can make it work. No worries. Dawn says, you seem to be organized to me, Danny. I tend to be a bag lady. Oh, Dawn, I only have... So, okay, guys. Again, off topic. So my organization is projects I'm working on go in the plastic bins in the bottom here. You guys can't even really see them, but they're down here in these plastic bins. Those are the projects I'm working on. I have one up there, too. But those are the ones I'm working on. And then the ones I've finished are bags. So that's in... Not this bin. Not that bin. This bin here. So I have all of these that are finished. These are all my finished ones. These are all my Ziplocs of the finished project as well as all the scraps. I don't give, you guys know I give away my scraps, but I don't give away my scraps until the project is completed. Like complete. Like the top is done, the whole thing's quilted, the binding's on, the whole thing. And the reasoning for that is sometimes I change my mind up with the binding, sometimes I have to add a border, things like that. So I always keep everything until I'm done. So those are all my finished projects. Some of them need to be quilted. Most of them are table runners that I actually just bought some more batting for. So that's how I keep all of my finished tops. I fold them up really tightly and I stuff them in a Ziploc bag and then I squeeze all the air out of them and I put them in there. If I'm working on a project, then they go in the bins here. And then all of my unfinished projects or stuff that I'm planning to do, if I've purchased it as a kit, like they didn't actually sell it as a kit, but I bought all the fabric and everything to do as a kit, then I'll put it either in a Ziploc or in one of these bins in here. That's what this one was. And then I do have some spare fabric. Some of it was gifted to the channel, which is still amazing. Some of it I've purchased myself. If it's a pre-cut, I've been trying to put it in this box here. For the most part, unless it's a fat quarter, those are like everywhere. I have fat quarters everywhere. And then I have some yardage down there in the bottom corner. And then this is all my electronic stuff. So all of the stuff that I need for recording. All my lights, cameras, action, all that stuff. Tripods, that kind of stuff is in here. And then up there in the corner is actually just a blanket for my daughter when she comes home so she can sleep with a blanket. So I guess it is semi-organized, but to me it seems very unorganized. You know, you see people like Becca and Stephanie and Teresa, how amazingly organized their stuff is, and that's a life goal for me. That is not reality for me, that is life goal. Now the great news is that you guys can't actually see this cabinet. You can kind of see it, but you can't actually see what's in it. And this cabinet needs to be better organized. I will tell you that for sure, because there's stuff everywhere in here. So, and I'm always looking at it, and it gives me a little bit of anxiety looking at it. But it is what it is. But I appreciate the compliment of being organized. Oh, Lucas, you're still having struggles adding points. Try giving. Oh, somebody else just joined the Facebook group. I missed who that was, but welcome. Where did I get that bookcase? I need to expand expand up and not out. That would work. Terry, I think we got it from IKEA. So my daughter redid her room a few years ago. I can ask her to be sure. Lucas, if you can send a note over to Taylor and ask her where she got the bookshelf. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's IKEA. Because we bought her a new bed, a new dresser, and the shelf. I'm pretty sure it was IKEA. It was either IKEA or it was Wayfair. One of the two. That's where she got it. I know IKEA sells them. You can get them just about anywhere. In fact, she bought herself another one. Not as sturdy as this one. It's a little bit thinner than this one. But she bought herself another one to take to school with her. Because this one she brought to school with her last year. And this one was a little bit more sturdy. So it doesn't come apart as easily. So she decided to leave this one here, and she bought herself a new one to take to school with her. But she actually uses it as an entertainment center at school. So the nice thing about it is, and I love it too, is we have it sitting up this way, but you can actually turn it sideways too. You can turn it sideways and lay it long ways. So that's what she does at home, or at school. She actually has it underneath one of her bunk beds at school, and she uses it as her entertainment center. So she's got that underneath there. She's got her TV on the top, and then she's got the bins in there as well for storage. It looks really cool. So yeah, it's great. This was my daughter's. She had it for a long time. It's still hers technically. This is her bedroom, so it was still hers. But when she was moving out and she told me she wasn't going to bring it with her, I asked her if we could set it up in here and I could kind of take it over, because it helps out a lot with regards to this stuff, organizing it. Because before I didn't have this. I just literally all I had was this cabinet and a couple of bins, which is horribly unorganized. So yeah, check IKEA for sure. Yeah, you can Amazon too. I know that during the school season, when school starts, they have them on sale usually at all the big box stores. You know, the Walmarts, the Myers, things like that. So yeah, check them out. They have wire ones too if you don't want a hardwood like this one. But I like it. Excuse me. Nancy wanted to know what the name of our Facebook group. It's called Danny and the Experts, Nancy. That might have been you that requested a status. You can also do... Oh, look at that. Streamlabs read our mind and put it up there. So yeah. Anytime you mention Facebook or FB, Streamlabs will throw a link up there for you. So Terry says I like using cubby vents. Yeah, this is new to me. Using Well, I mean, the whole thing is really new to me, but yeah, I'm really liking it. It's keeping me pretty organized. It definitely keeps my stress levels down for sure. Yeah, of course. She said IKEA or Wayfair. Yeah, she can't remember either. Thanks, Lucas, for checking. I want to say it was IKEA. I really do, because she's got a dresser back here too. I I want to say the dresser came from Wayfair. I thought her bed and her dresser came from Wayfair, and the bookcase came from IKEA, but I could be wrong. Just check them both. Just checking to see. Yeah, it looks like we got a little about this is half an hour left, but it's usually off, I found. All right, so let's get back to what we were doing here. So I've got these pieces cut, so that's good. These are all done. I forgot to put them in here though. Oh, switch. We are just completely unproductive today, guys. Yeah, Susan was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, Terry, but she was here. I did see Susan earlier. I'm sure she'll be on. Kathy, Susan and Sandra said that Kathy was going to be going live later today, so she might be joining Kathy later. So you could probably hop on Kathy's channel and say hi to her there too. Okay. All right. Let me move this. Terry, no, my SteamFast is not cordless. No, my Panasonic is cordless. This is a Panasonic. This one is a Panasonic. It's cordless. But my SteamFast is my little bitty one. It's like just a teeny tiny little one. That one is not cordless. No, I don't have a cordless version anyway. Maybe there's one out there, but I don't have it. No. But the Panasonic is, yeah. And speaking of the Panasonic, I had made the conscious decision not to bring the Panasonic with me when I went on my retreat. I brought the SteamFast one, which is the smaller one that I have. And I'm really glad I did. You know, they give you a couple of tables to work with. Everybody gets 2 tables, like back to back, so they're kind of wide. But I really liked having the little iron there to do the piecing stuff. And then they had the big iron set up throughout the room for you to go use them there, So I'm glad I didn't bring the Panasonic with me. Somebody had recommended that I should do my cutting and my ironing in the hotel room after the retreat, which is a great suggestion depending on the time slots of your retreat. My retreat went from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. It was 12-hour days. I wasn't there all 12 hours because by like 7:30, 8 o'clock I was out. I was done. But it was a 12-hour day. So by the time I got back to the hotel at like 8:30, sometimes I think that one night I even got there by 9. It just wasn't gonna happen. So I'm really glad I didn't set myself up to have to do that, because it turns out I wasn't. Now, if your quilting retreat ends at like 4, and then you're gonna go out to dinner with your new friends, and then you're back at your hotel at like 7, well then yeah, you have plenty of time to do other things, you know, in your room until the next morning. So, you know, keep that in mind. Check your schedule, see what time frames you've got, and plan accordingly. But I did make sure to bring small projects with me when I went. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did bring a lot of projects, but they were all small ones. I did not bring anything that was full size. Everything I brought with me was table runners or piecing projects where I was basically just making blocks. I didn't even know what the end project was going to be. I wasn't focused on I need to get a specific full-size project done. So I tried to set myself up for a little bit of success there by not setting my expectations too high. I finished 3 table runners, and I started working on some paper piecing blocks. But I don't even know that you would really call them paper piecing, because they were just triangles. It was just triangle paper, basically. I bought a couple of the Miss Rosie Quilt Company cupcake mixes. It's basically just triangle paper, which I didn't realize at the time, but it's basically just mini triangle paper that helps you make half square triangles, and then it gives you some suggestions on how to put the half square triangles together. I bought 2 different ones thinking somehow that the pages were going to be different, but they're not. They're the same. So there's that. I've learned that lesson. But that'll be something that we'll finish up here on the channel one of these days. Probably, maybe next week. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. One of the other projects I'd like to work on, it's something that Ian did on his channel, the Off Kilter Crafter. He did it. Don't think I have a link for his channel on my stream, but I will get one. He did a project a few weeks back for cards, making cards out of quilting cards. They were really kind of cool. So I actually bought the stuff to make them because I was thinking of doing some type of like Christmas card thing. I don't know yet. And then I was thinking maybe, and I don't even know if there's going to be enough time to do it. You guys tell me what you think about it. But I was thinking maybe we could make something with the community. We could do some type of quilt card exchange. You know, you guys could all email me your mailing addresses, and I could come up with a sheet and send them out to people, and then we could send each other quilt cards. Obviously, it would be something that you'd have to be comfortable sharing your address, your mailing address with other people, with basically strangers. And you'd have to make quilt cards, not just Christmas cards, but actual quilt cards. It's something I've thought about. I'm not sure if we'll do it or not, but tell me what you guys think about it. You know, if you're watching it now, obviously you can do so in the chat, but leave a comment if you're watching it later. Let me know what you think. Send me an email. Let me know what you think of it. I don't know if we're going to do it or not. We've got a couple weeks left before Thanksgiving, because if I'm going to do it, I want to make sure that we have it ready to go by the first week in December, so everybody has time to make their cards and get them in the mail. Obviously, it would have to be something probably within the U.S., because I don't want people to have to pay postage to go outside of the U.S. Unfortunately, I'm okay paying that, but I just don't know that anybody else would be. Maybe we could do something like that. Maybe you guys send them to me and I could send them off. I don't know. I haven't thought enough about it, and I'm kind of running out of time with it. Maybe it'll be something that we'll have to do another time. If you guys know of any other creators that have done something like that, let me know that too, because I'd like to kind of get ideas from them on how they managed it. But I thought it could be something fun for all of us to kind of connect a little bit. Good morning, Lucy. Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to the back to the channel. We are doing a giveaway. I see you got entered in that. Good luck for that. It's like 20 minutes or so left on it. We're running the stream till 1 o'clock today, a little bit later than normal, and that's only because of that time change. I think the time change is sneaky for some people. So I'm trying to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to pop in, say hello. Oh, wait, looks like the giveaway just ended. You can no longer enter the giveaway, so there you go. Lucas, are you excited for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Oh, Lucy, you are so sweet. She says, Danny, I've been thinking about you a lot and missing your lives. Well, Lucy, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I'm sorry that I haven't been live, but I am today. And we did a giveaway, and you were able to get in it just before it closed. So I'm thinking this must not have been... I have the screen open, but I think it didn't update because it looks like it locked out. So let me just refresh. Yep, giveaway ended. So Lucy, you got in on it just before it ended. Looks like there are 14 people in there. Do you think we should pull a winner? I mean, we could pull a winner. I think we should pull a winner and give them 5 minutes to respond. So then that way we can make sure that we get that going. So let's go ahead and pull a winner. All right, guys, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Here we go. Yay! Congratulations, Betty. Oh my gosh, a brand new subscriber, and she wins the giveaway. That is super, super exciting. All right, Betty, you have 5 minutes to say hello to us in chat and let us know that you acknowledge that you have won the gift. And then you're going to need to send me an email at sonotanexpert@gmail.com with your mailing address so that I can drop your gift to you in the mail. Oh, there she is. She says, wow. Congratulations, Betty. That's really exciting. I'm happy to see that. So make sure you send me an email, hon. So not an expert, SEW, not an expert @gmail.com. There's also a link to my my email address all the way in the bottom of the description of this video with your mailing address. And I will get that to you in the mail, and I cannot wait to see what you make with it. If you want to follow us on Facebook or Instagram or both, so that you can keep us updated on what that looks like, that would be great. Or if you don't have either one of those and you want to just email me pictures of your progress with it, I can share them with the community on our brand new community page, which is something I completely forgot to mention. We have opened up a community page on our YouTube channel, which is so exciting. I have no idea what to do with it yet. I see that a bunch of other creators post polls and things like that, so we'll probably do something of that later on. But yeah, so congratulations to you. Yeah. Can't wait to see what you make with it. There's no time frame. There's no pressure. I mean, obviously you don't have to do anything with it right away, or even at all if you didn't want to. But we love to share those with each other. Dawn says, I am rich in thimbles. There you go, Dawn. You can turn those in for a prize here soon. But yeah, guys, I'm curious to know what you guys think about a Christmas quilt card exchange. I mean, we're going to do the quilt card video anyway, either a tutorial or a live stream, I'm not sure yet. We're going to do it anyway, and I'm basically just going to use Ian's video as an inspiration for it. But I'm interested to know what you guys would think of an actual exchange. You know, you'd have to give me you'd have to give some strangers your mailing address, which comes with its own levels of insecurities and fears and that kind of stuff. So I understand if that's not really something you'd be into. But I'm interested. I'm curious to know. I might post something on our community. See what everybody thinks there too. That would be fun. Nancy says, how do you get into the community page? Nancy, if you are a subscriber to the channel, at the top of the channel, if you're on the actual channel, not on the video, but on the actual channel, the top, there are tabs at the top. There's like words all the way at the top of the screen, and one of them says community, and that is the community page. It's basically just a way for me to talk to you guys, you know, put polls up there, give you updates. I think I've got 1 or 2 posts up there right now. But we'll do more. It's something brand new. It was just opened up to me right before my retreat or just after my retreat. So I really haven't done a whole lot with it yet. But I'll be using that page to communicate things like when I have to cancel streams, or new videos are going to be up, or when we're going to do a new project and I want you guys to be able to join in. Basically, all of the things that I use Facebook for right now to communicate with, I'm going to also be putting on that community as well. Because not everybody follows Facebook. Some people don't like it, and I understand their reasons for it, and that's fine. I just use Facebook as a way to communicate with you guys for these things. So I'll use the Facebook group, I'll use the Instagram group, the Instagram page, and then now I'm also going to be using that community tab as well. So, but I may put a post on there just to ask about the card exchange and see how many are out there, because we have 300 plus subscribers to the channel, and not all 300 of them are on our Facebook group, obviously. So I'd like to try and make sure that I'm including as many of them as I can. So. Oh, looks like somebody's starting a heist there. We'll run the channel for a little bit longer. Lucas, you had to resubscribe to the channel? Maybe that's why you had issues. Maybe you lost. You are still a moderator, right? Are you still marked as a... Yeah, you're still marked as a moderator. I don't know, that was weird. What was I going to say? I was going to say something now. Oh, Betty, don't forget to send me that email, hon. I want to make sure I get that in the mail to you. I'd like to mail it out tomorrow if I can. But for those of you who just joined, let me show you what Betty won. This was a giveaway. This was a gift that I received at my quilt retreat, but that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to put to good use. So I wanted to make sure to give it to someone that would. It is a panel. It is a Grinch Christmas panel. Here it is. No. This is the panel. Okay, and then on the back is the pieces. These are ornaments, so it looks like you can turn this into an advent calendar, which would be really fun. I am definitely not creative enough to be able to do that, but I'm sure Betty is more creative than I am. So I hope that she has a great time with it and she finds something really fun to make with it. And then on top of that, she was also getting a fat quarter, a Christmas fat quarter that they gave me. I'll show you guys that. It's really cute. And a little notebook and pen. It's cute, like Christmas notebook and pen. They're cute. I told her I'm keeping the bag because I like the bag. I will put these in a Ziploc for her when I mail them to her, but she will get to keep those other things. And, you know, I usually throw in something extra too. I don't know what yet. There should be something extra in there. Anyway. What if we send the cards to you with postage in an envelope and you can mail them back out? Brenda, that's not a bad idea either. That, you know what, that might be a safer idea, Brenda. If everybody just sends me their addresses and the cards and then I can just mail them out myself. That might not be a bad idea, Brenda. That might actually be a better idea. Yeah, I know I have a little bit of time left before I have to really decide what we're going to do, but that's an excellent idea. But I don't have a lot of time. If I'm going to do this, if we're going to do this as part of the community and part of the channel, then I really have to, I got to figure out what we're doing and I got to do it quick. Because I want to make sure that it's kind of anchored out before I roll it out to you guys. But that's, I actually kind of like that idea. Because then that way no one has to share their addresses with anybody else except for with me. And I can assure you that they're not going anywhere. Even with our giveaways, once you guys send me, and I sure have mentioned it before, but even for our giveaways, when you guys send me an email with your address, once I've sent your giveaway to you, I delete that email. I don't keep it. I don't keep your address. I don't keep anything. So even if you guys have won something before and you win again, you have to give it to me again because I don't keep them. And that's just a security thing. I mean, I don't want to be responsible for holding on to anyone's address, and I don't think you want that either. So I do kind of like that idea, Brenda, because that was one of my hesitations with this whole thing is, you know, especially nowadays with all the creepy people out there. Not that any of those are in our community for sure, but you know, you just never know. You know, if somebody gets an email address wrong or something and accidentally sends their address or something, that could be weird. So I like that idea though. If everybody were to just send them to me, and then I can just everybody send me their cards, and then I can just turn around and send them back out. The only thing I worry about with that is it would have to be a really tight turnaround because I wouldn't want to make sure that everybody gets them before Christmas, or at least try to. Yeah, if that's something that you guys are interested in, and like I said, I'm probably going to put a poll up on our community page to kind of get a feel for what everybody else thinks that's not in this live stream today. Probably on our Facebook as well, just to kind of see what you guys are thinking on it, because that could be something fun. You know, I'm guessing that, you know, there probably won't be that many that'll participate, but there could be. You never know. But it could be fun. And by the time I get ready to mail this stuff out, I should have some extra helpers. Lucas, to answer your question before about am I looking forward to Thanksgiving? You know, hon, holidays are different for adults than they are for kids. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing you and the girls again for Thanksgiving for sure. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. But holidays brings a whole nother level of stress for adults than it does for kids. Not that you're a kid, hon, but you know what I mean. So am I looking forward to Thanksgiving? Yes and no. Yes, I'm looking forward to family time. I'm looking forward to seeing the girls again. Looking forward to seeing you again. But I'm not looking forward to the stress that comes along with it. Every year we try to find, as adults, I think, we try to find ways to relieve some of that stress and to not make it quite so stressful, but it always ends up being stressful. So, and then, you know, so, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for sure. I just told me I wanted this really bad. I'd love it. Betty, are you talking about the panel? I hope you're talking about the panel. Yeah, it's a cute panel. It's a really cute panel. I just don't work panels. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. I much prefer piecing. Piecing is much more my thing. So I am super excited for you. Make sure you email me so I can get that off to you ASAP. Like I said, there is my email address is listed in the description below, but it is so not an expert. That's SEWNOTANEXPERT@gmail.com. And I know Lucas put it in the chat too. I thought there was a link that we had set up for it too, but maybe not. Yep. Make sure you email me so I can get that off to you, and we cannot wait to see what you make with it. And like I said, if you're not on any of the socials and the social media pages and you still want to send us pictures of what it looks like, you can email them to me at that same email address, and I can put them on our community page for others to be able to see. And that goes for anybody. I mean, that's what this community page is going to be used for. Not just for me communicating with you guys, but also for you guys to be able to share what you're working on too. You won't be able to make the post. I have to make the post, which is a little bit different than Facebook and Instagram where you could post it yourself. But the whole point of that community page is so that we can all communicate, you know, with each other and share our ideas and stuff like that. So if you have a project that you're working on and you're not part of our Facebook or Instagram and you want us to share it with a group, email it to me and I will be happy to share it on the community page for others to see. Let's keep each other inspired. Penny says, yes, I've never done a panel either. Oh, well, then, exciting. Fat Quarter Shop, and the only reason I know this is because a couple of the ladies that were at my Quilt retreat actually used those specific panels for a project that they were working on at the retreat. They had planned to make them with a panel, but then decided that they liked this panel better. So they had found the pattern for it online and purchased it. It was through Fat Quarter Shop, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was Fat Quarter Shop. But it was the Grinch panel. So, I mean, I guess if you Google Grinch panel or search for it on Fat Quarter Shop, you should be able to find something. It was really cute. It was not an advent calendar, so they didn't use it as an advent calendar. But you probably could, though. The way they had it set up, you probably could. You just turn the ornaments into pieces and, you know, quilt those. But yeah, oh yeah. There's plenty of panel... there's plenty of patterns out there to choose from. What time is it? I'm going to end this. Alright, since we have that winner, I'm going to go ahead and end that. Get that off my screen. It's about 12:30. Okay, we'll go for about another half an hour or so. 23 people. I'm sure you guys have already done it, and I'm sure that Streamlabs has reminded you as well as Lucas. But if you haven't already, please make sure to like the video because I've been kind of on and offline. The channel has not been seen as much activity on it the last couple weeks. So every like that you guys leave on the channel, every comment, every chat line. That all helps the people. That all helps the channel grow. It tells YouTube that people are interacting with the channel, which helps it grow. So I really appreciate that. I mean, obviously we want to reach we want to make as many friends as we can to grow the channel. And we've got some fun things coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, none of which I can tell you about yet because I'm still waiting for them to be confirmed. Or I'm waiting for some more details on them. But they're really exciting. Not all of the fun things are going to be on this channel specifically, but they are going to involve this channel. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that community page and our Facebook group so that I can kind of let you guys know about that stuff, because that is where you are going to see it. So, but that is all I can say for now. Nancy says, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Nancy? So Terry says, I lost. It announces that you lost too? What are we talking about here? Betty says, my info just went through. Okay. Oh, Kathy, I totally missed her. She says, DA, I gotta run. Have a great day, and thank you so much. Yeah, Kathy, good luck with your live. I don't know if you're still here, but good luck with your live. I will try to pop in. I have a video I have to record first, but then I'll pop in. So Terry says it announces when you lose, too. Terry, I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, I see, when you lost your thimbles. Oh, yes, yes. Well, I mean, it's going to tell you if you won or lost, yeah. Nancy says, not sure I won. Oh, Nancy, honey, it's just it's just luck of the draw, babe. It is strictly just luck of the draw. The slot machines is pure luck. It's just random. It just randomly picks. Same thing with the heist games. It just randomly picks winners. The computer just randomly picks winners. The Thimbles, for those of you who are new to the channel, I know I've explained it once before, but the Thimbles is basically a points program. Instead of me calling it points, I'm calling them thimbles. But so you're earning points, you're earning thimbles as you're watching the stream and participating in chat. So you earn, I don't remember what the number is anymore, but you earn thimbles just for watching. And then you also earn extra thimbles if you're participating in chat, you know, telling us how you're doing, what you're doing, things like that. You're earning the thimbles then too. So and then you can also play the mini games that we have. We have the slot machine game. We have the heist game. But there's a dueling game too that we haven't figured out how to get to work yet. But you can play those games to earn or lose extra thimbles. And once you get to a certain number of thimbles, you could trade the thimbles in for prizes. So it's kind of like it's kind of like your old arcade games when you got the tickets. You play the game so you get enough tickets, and then you go to the booth and you turn the tickets in for a prize. It's basically the same thing, except it's all electronic instead. So you're earning thimbles, and then once you get to a certain number of thimbles, then you can redeem those thimbles for prizes. Right now we have 2 prizes set up on the channel. We have a random notion prize, and then we have a random fat quarter prize. I will be putting more prizes up there as the channel grows and continues to progress. But right now, those are the only ones that are there. You can do exclamation point prizes to get more information on those. All right, this piece is now done. I need to cut quite a few strips out of this piece. So we'll start cutting. I don't know that we're going to finish it because it's about 12:40 now. It looks like we've lost quite a few. Quite a few have hopped out, which is fine. I understand. Some people gotta go. It's okay. Lucas says if you lose, I'll give you the points back. Look, Lucas, that's not the point. Lucas is really nice with those points, guys. I gotta tell you. Yeah, Brenda says she did. Brenda cut her focus fabric wrong, but that's okay. We'll figure out something to make it work. That's okay. Like you said, you could use it for your borders too. Nancy says, I'm just copying you all. That's all right, Nancy. Join in on the fun. Sorry, guys. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Betty says her information went through. Betty, let me check and make sure I got it. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. Oh, Betty, I did get it. Yep, I got your email, so you're good. I will get that out to you hopefully tomorrow. I didn't get a notification on my phone that I got a new email, so I was worried. But yeah, it's there. I got it. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get it out to you tomorrow. Yeah, I should be able to get it out tomorrow. We'll see. Alright, so this piece here. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these pieces. I don't know that I'm going to get them all cut today, but we're going to get most of them done. And then we will be ready to start sewing next time. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, my live streams are kind of all over the place. I don't like doing the same thing every week. So I have 2 full-size projects running right now. I have a mix and match program that we worked on. It's been like 3 weeks now. And then I have this one that we've just started, which is Tropics. And then I have a couple of other little ones that I kind of throw in there randomly. Because I don't like doing the same thing every week. I get bored way too easily. That is the same thing why my videos are kind of a little bit all over the place sometimes. I usually have a couple of cotton cuts projects, and then I have a couple of other random stuff that I'm doing. So this one we will do Tropics this week, but then next week we'll probably be doing, I think I'm going to do the paper piecing thing next week. And then I'm going to do the cards things too at some point. So it'll be a few weeks before we get back to this Tropics project, but we will get back to it. So if you're following along and you're sewing along with me, you might want to put it in a container and wait a little bit. Or you can absolutely make it ahead of me. I mean, you don't have to make it with me. You can make it ahead of time and do whatever you need to do or want to do with it. It's completely up to you. Marie, good morning. I don't think I saw you pop in before. I'm so sorry. She says, I'm back. My son called. I always answer for the kids. Oh, Marie, absolutely. Family comes first. I didn't see you. I don't think I saw you come in the first time. So I'm so sorry about that. Good morning. Hi. How are you? Welcome back. Oh, good morning, Tracy. She says, I keep missing your lives. Hope things are going good for you. No problem. See, this is why I decided to go a little bit longer on my live streams. Because I had a feeling that we were missing quite a few people. You guys will notice it's 12:45. Usually I would have ended my stream at 12:30. So I think we're going to make this a more permanent change, guys. I think we're going to extend the stream out to 1 o'clock just so that we can catch a couple more people, because I get a lot of comments about, oh, I missed your live. I'm so sorry. And I really don't want you guys to miss it. I want you guys to be a part of it. So, good morning. It's so great to see you. It's so great to see Marie and Tracy. Oh my gosh. You guys missed the giveaway, but that's okay. Maybe next time. The guys are playing a bunch of games in here. Brenda says, Danny, I made my own paper piece for that thankful star square in a square. Oh, Brenda, that's a good idea. I'd love to see that, Brenda, if you want to post pictures of that somewhere. That would be awesome. Shay Susan says, yay, I won, yippee skippy. Congrats, Susan. Congrats. That's very exciting. Man, Chloe, look at you. You got 10,000 points already. Holy smokes. You could totally turn those in for a fat quarter if you wanted to. Lucas, you're up there now. Look at you guys with all those points. Good job. So Terry says, we did the time change here and I just had an extra hour of not sleeping. Yes, Terry, we did our time change here as well. And that's why I was kind of worried. And that's also the other reason why I extended the channel out today, or the stream out today, because I wanted to make sure that in case anybody forgot about the time change, they would still catch us. So yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's get this piece cut up here. Let's be productive today, guys. Okay, stop distracting me. Tracy says, "Go, Chloe, go." Too funny. You guys are awesome. Yes, we changed times here as well in Northern Illinois. My dogs are not happy about it, but that's all right. They'll get over it. Brenda says, trace my 4.5-inch ruler, marked my 1/4 inch, folded into fourths, drew dot by dot. Oh, that is really cool, Brenda. I never even thought to do something like that. So Terry says, Danny, LOL. I don't know how you can chat and sew at the same time. I gotta tell you, the sewing is easier to do chatting than the cutting. I gotta tell you. But I really try, guys. I try so hard to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Now, you guys know I'm reading this off my phone. It's a really itty bitty teeny tiny screen. I want to upgrade to a tablet at some point to make it a little bit easier for me to read them. But I try to catch as many of them as I possibly can. You guys know if it's something important and you want me to see it, tag me in it. Do the @ symbol, which is that A with the circle all around it, and then type in sewn on an expert, and it'll tag me in it so that it highlights it on my screen so I can see it. But yeah, I try, I really do. Alright, so let's check the pattern again, because I don't remember what the heck I'm doing here. Okay, so I need to do 8 3-inch strips and then 7 2.5-inch. Alright, so let's do the 8 first. So these are 3.5. 3.5 is here. Oh, that didn't go well. My ruler slid, I could feel it. There we go. It didn't slide too far though, thank goodness. There we go. 1. Number 3. Jesus, Lucas. Am I gonna have to turn that off so moderators can't play the game anymore? Jeez. Lucas is kicking butt and taking names over there. Now, usually I put a weight on the back of my ruler. This long ruler, I usually have a weight on the end of it, but I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. I did put it in the right place. I usually keep a weight. Here. I have a 5-pound weight that I keep on the end of it, so then that way the end of it doesn't slide. Lucas says, no, please don't. That way the end of it doesn't slide on me like it did before. So I know there's the creative grid rulers out there, and there's the sticky stuff and all kinds of stuff, but the weight seems to work pretty good for me for the most part. In fact, when I was at the quilting retreat, I was using their long rulers to cut some fabric, and I really missed the weight. Like, I really could have used that. Lucas says instead of adding points to people if they lose, I might just give them some of mine. You do whatever you want to do. Hey, Vicky, welcome. Good morning. Gosh, it's been a while since I've seen you. Hello. So glad you could pop in and say hello. We had a giveaway earlier, so I'm sorry you missed that, but that's okay. There'll be more, I'm sure. One of our newest subscribers, Betty, actually won that one, so that was really exciting. I'm always happy when a new subscriber wins. And not that I don't love it when all of our subscribers win, but new ones always fun too. I always like seeing that new people are winning. We are just cutting up fabric here, hon. We are ironing and cutting up fabric for our next project, the Tropics one. Poor Brenda has managed to accidentally cut her fabric wrong, but that's okay. She can use it for something else. One, 2, 3 and a half. Right. I got distracted there for a second. Couldn't remember. Am I doing 3 or 3 and a half? I'm doing 3 inch, and I've been doing 3 and a half, haven't I? Yep. Oh, shit. Well, Brenda, if it makes you feel any better, I might have just cut my background fabric wrong. I'm hoping there's enough here. 1, 2, 3. I was supposed to be cutting it at 3. I was cutting it at 3 and a half. Go figure. So now I have all these strips here that I'm going to have to recut. Lucas says he took over first place. Well, yeah, you win that many points. Of course you're going to take over first place, you goof. 1, 2, 3. I think you should give them all away. It's just my opinion, but... Because, I mean, let's face it, kid. If you want a fat quarter, just come get one. You don't need to win it on the channel. If you want one, just come get one. Pick whatever one you want. For those of you that are new to the channel, Lucas is my moderator. He's amazing. He's not a quilter. He's not. Although he does seem pretty interested in the hobby. But he's not a quilter. He is actually the boyfriend of my daughter. I shouldn't say my oldest daughter because she's technically not. I have twins. He's the boyfriend of one of my daughters, and he's an amazing supporter of the channel. Just absolutely wonderful. And so he's kind of morphed into becoming my moderator. He's wonderful. But he, you know, obviously he's away at school right now, as are my other daughters. And, but like I said, if he wanted a fat quarter, he could just come to the house and get one. 6. Cut 2 more. So, Terry, what rotary blades do you buy as refills? I need the ones with the solid circle in the middle. Terry, I have no idea what a solid circle in the middle is. I buy mine on Amazon, and they're cheap. I don't have a brand name specific. I have used Olfa. OLFA. I don't know how you pronounce it. I've used their endurance blades. Their endurance blades are really nice. I've used those before, but I got those as part of a box, a subscription box. I didn't actually buy them. I buy mine on Amazon. They're cheaper. They don't last as long. But I buy mine on Amazon. I think I bought a pack of like 50 of them or something on Amazon. I still have a bunch of them up there. So I go through them more often than most because they're not as sharp as your more traditional blades. But I also do not have it in my budget to be able to buy the expensive blades. Although I will say the expensive blades do cut better and they do last a lot longer. These cheap blades probably only last me 4 or 5 cuts, and then I have to switch them out. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure what you mean by the solid circle in the middle, but try the endurance blades. If you're willing to spend a couple of extra bucks, I would definitely try those. They're Olfa Endurance, I think is what they're called. I know that Stephanie Stitches has them in her Etsy shop, so you can go to Stephanie Stitches Etsy shop and check them out there too. The cutout in the middle is a circle, not that other shape cutout. Oh. I think mine are a circle. I don't even know. Mine are... Well, mine are circle, but they've got the little. They've got like little edges in them. It's not. It's more like a star, I guess, like a 3-point star kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm not trying. Yeah, like the endurance blades are really expensive, but they work. Now, one of the other places that you should check out though for replacement blades, especially for the Olfa, check out Waywick, WAWAK.com. They are a wholesale distributor for sewing and cutting. I'm having a terrible time talking today. They are a wholesale shop for cutting and sewing supplies, but they sell to the general public. They don't just sell to like stores and stuff. That is where I found my Gutermann thread for really inexpensive. They have the Aurifil thread there that's really inexpensive, and they have endurance blades too. Or not the endurance blades, but they have the Olfa blades as well. I have not bought them from there yet, so I can't vouch for them with regard to the blades. I've only bought thread from them so far, but check them out for sure. In fact, I might even have a link on the channel. If you do ! Waywick on the channel, I might have a link for it. Excellent prices over there, and it's name brand stuff. So you can compare that to Amazon or any of your other retailers and see if they might be cheaper. Check that out though. Oh, she says yes. Those are the ones that don't work. They shift. I have plenty of them. Oh, interesting, Terry. I wonder what type of cutter do you have? Maybe it's the screw on your cutter that's part of the problem. I don't know. I really don't know anything about cutters, but I mean that might be. I've never had any issue with those. I didn't always use a Mertelli. I have an Olfa? I don't know how you pronounce it. I have the regular traditional, I'm going to grab it as I knock everything over. That's fantastic. Fantastic! Yes. I have this one. It's a 45-degree Olfa. This is the one I was using before I switched over to the Mertelli. And I was using them on these too. So this one, gosh, I didn't even know there was a blade in here. Probably should pull that out. But I was using this one before I switched over to my Mertelli. They both use the same blades. So they're both the 45mm. But like I said, I buy mine pretty cheap. Excuse me a second. Because I need my phone. I buy mine pretty cheap from Amazon because I buy them in bulk. But I am going to try to use the next time I need blades. I'm going to try and order them from the Waywick and see how they work from there. Wait. They shift in the handle. Almost feels as if the blade is square at times. Huh. Dawn says, well, my battery's almost out. It was fun losing today. No problem, Dawn. Thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Terry says, I have a Mertelli and an Olaf and a cheapo and a cheapo handles. Interesting. Yeah, I've never had any trouble with it. I mean, but maybe the trouble I have with them is that, because I do feel like sometimes I get like spots on the blade that are dull. Maybe it's the, I never thought it would be the center of it that would be the problem, but I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I should probably pull the blade off this though. I don't know why there's a blade on it. I haven't used that in ages, so I don't know why there's a blade on it. But yeah, I would check out Waywick. That's my recommendation. I'm not sure of any other brands that have the solid circles in them like that. I've only ever come across them without. Sorry. If you find out though, let us know so that way we can share it with others on the channel. Because if you're having that issue, that means somebody else probably is too. So we wanna try and help everybody out as much as we can. So if you find where those are at, let us know so we can share it on Facebook or Instagram, or even here on the channel. It feels like it's shifting and not spinning at times because it's shifting in the handle. That's interesting, Terry. I mean, I've had issues with like it it skips cutting, but I just always thought that was like a dull point on the blade. Huh. I mean, it could be the blade getting held up. I mean, it absolutely could be. I guess I just never thought about it. Never thought about that. You know who else you could probably check with was Shirley at Around to It. She's got her own YouTube channel called Around to It. She did a video tutorial on cutting wheels specifically. She might have a better idea of which blades work better. Yeah, but I've never. I mean, like I said, I've had issues before, but I never associated it with the cut in the middle. But it could be. I need 2 more of these. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut 2 more strips, and then we will probably say good. I was gonna say good night, but that's that's not right. We'll probably say goodbye after that because the stream is at 1 o'clock. It's at 1 o'clock now, and I don't want to interfere with anybody else's streams that are going. I know Kathy said she was gonna be live today, so if you haven't already, make sure you pop over. Do ! Kathy in chat to get a link to her channel, and then you can pop over there and say hi to her when we're done here. Huh. Yeah, Terry, I mean, yeah, Shirley might know. She seems really knowledgeable about this kind of stuff. I've been going to her for a lot of things, so she seems to know a lot about it. I would definitely check her out. You can do ! Shirley in chat, and it'll give you a link to her channel as well. I've got her channel too. See, now as it is, we're talking about blades, and mine, I need to probably change the blade in it because it's getting dull again. So the only bad part about these cheap blades is they do not last long at all. I go through them pretty quick. All right, I think I need 1 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more. 3-inch thing. Yeah, Susan, I figured that's probably why she took off. I understand. Yeah, so make sure you go head over there after you're done here. Yeah, that's Shirley. Yeah, Around to It. Yeah, she does a good job too. She's pretty knowledgeable. She seems to know her stuff a lot more than I do, that's for sure. She's definitely an expert. I'm not. Betty says, love the show. Have your bell mark so I don't miss anything. Oh, Betty, you're so kind. Thank you. And that's a great reminder to anyone else who is newly subscribed to the channel, if you haven't already. 1, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And then, are you kidding me, Lucas? Lucas just won the jackpot again. Are you kidding me? I think we need to fix that. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you click that notification bell so that you're notified the next time we have live streams or videos. I try and do videos on Thursday evenings around 7:30 Central Time. At least I try to, best I can. And then we do live streams on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Even when the time changes, it's still 10:30 a.m. Central Time. We usually do full-size projects. Well, say Shady Susan, I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging in with us. So yeah, we do live streams on Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, where you guys say we have a lot of fun. We do full-size projects. We do some crazy stuff. I think next week we're going to do some paper piecing of sorts. It's just half square triangles, basically, but we'll do some of that. So even if you don't have the paper that we're going to be working with, you can still make the half square triangles the same way we will be, because they're pretty easy to do. I can walk you through how to do that. Yeah. So I still have a few more strips that we're going to need to cut up for the background fabric for this project, but we're going to do that next time because I don't do anything off camera, although I am going to fix these because I cut them at 3.5 instead of at 3, so I'm going to fix those off camera. But otherwise, I don't do anything off camera with regards to these projects. We do everything right here on the live stream. So if you're following along and you want to join us, that way we don't get ahead. Now, obviously, you guys can get ahead if you want to. Brenda, I know that you're going to need to do some catch-up work. Poor thing, cut the wrong fabric. That's okay. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out for you. All right. That's all I've got for today, guys. You guys are amazing. I miss you guys so much. It was my quilt retreat was a lot of fun, but part of me really wished I could have done a live stream at the retreat because that would have been even more fun. All right, guys, I am going to head out here. I've got a couple of things I need left to do. I still have another video to record. We have clue 4 of our Piazza Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and I have right here, it just showed up yesterday, clue 10. Clue 10 for So Sweet is right here. It's upside down. Clue 10 for So Sweet, it's right here. And we've got something kind of special planned for this one. So make sure you keep an eye on the channel, especially on the community page, because I don't know that we're going to be doing something on this channel for it, but there is going to be something special happening. So that's all the clues I'm going to be able to give you guys for right now. So stay tuned for that. I will have notes on Facebook, I'll have stuff on Instagram, and I will definitely have stuff on our community page on YouTube. That's all I've got for today, guys. I know I've said that once before. I hate ending these. They always seem so awkward to me to end them because I don't really know what to say. Other than thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me. I love hearing from you guys, talking with you guys, sitting here and chatting with you guys. It's always so much fun for me. All right. Have an amazing weekend. And make sure to pop over to Kathy's channel and hang out with her and Susan, and I think Patty's over there, and there's Diane is over there, and there's a bunch of friends over there. So make sure you head over there and tell them all that Danny said hello. Danny sent you. She said hello, and that she will be hopefully there a little bit later. All right, guys. I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.